didn't film much yesterday, so you didn't get any updates on what happened with the van. But I want to show you this. Where I built that desk, now put some lights around, and when you fold that down, the light point at you, so that when you film, boom, you've got good lighting. Because I know a lot of you have been complaining about, oh no, it's bad light. So I've fixed the light now. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, and we're gonna go back to that tranny, and hopefully today's gonna be a kitchen day. I completely finished the category yesterday. Oh, completely finished it. I forgot one door to try and make betterer, but other than that, it's done. But today's gonna be kitchen. I'm hoping to get quite a lot of the way through the kitchen today. I'm tired because Phoenix woke up at daft o'clock this morning. But cat lady needs her transit done, so we've got to get that done. I'll see you in a bit. What a weird morning. So I came here this morning to do some measuring up, then I went to Wicks. On my way to Wicks I got pulled by the police for having no insurance. I did have insurance in the end, it's fine, but I was shitting myself for a little bit, don't get me wrong. Anyway, so I put a door on here yesterday. I changed this, so now it's got another floor in it so that 2 cats can sleep inside. And then added this section here, which is another cat house. Now holds the litter tray. I think there's going to be a new litter tray. 2 holes, so one for the top bunk, one for the bottom bunk, and to get outside to the cat flap. That was it for the inside yesterday. I'll go show you around the back. So everything's had a few coats of paint now. The cat flap is here, that's been painted, the frame around it. But this is the new part that I did yesterday. So it matches up with the cat flap. And then this up to now has this slider on, which we've not 100% figured out what we're going to do with it yet. Maybe string, maybe something else, we're not sure. But anyway, that is there to block the cats. People were saying that it was dangerous to have cats in a van while driving because they could jump out the cat flap. We knew about that. That was never going to be an issue, don't worry. So now I've got this, so you can block it off. That's where the water tank's going to go. Oh, there's also a door on this side as well, so you can see in, but also get to that window there for ventilation. There's a few things I need to finish off on this bit, but today is going to be all about the kitchen worktop. I'm sorry to talk to you while I'm eating, but I'm starving and I'm busy. This is a new worktop, matches the rest of the worktop. It's going to go all the way across to around here. Can you see that? You can't even see that, stupid. All the way across to about here, out in a funny shape, and then down quite narrow and up against the window. Very similar to as it is the rest of the way around. The reason why it's going to come out a bit here is because the way the hob is. It's a funny shaped hob. Because nothing's ever simple in this van, nothing's ever straightforward. Funny shaped hob, it's got a sink, and that's it. But I've got to try and cut this worktop now. It's going to be a nightmare. So I've just made a basic frame for this. It is way too long at the moment, but what I've got to contend with is this bulge here. So I've got to cut this out the same shape as that. Which I've got a tool that'll do that, hopefully help me with that. I've not really cut stuff like that before. I've roughly did it down there, but not to a high standard. So I've just put some metal brackets on there for this to sit on. Let me just move this. It's too much stuff. Yeah, that's it. Right, so I've got to cut this out so that it sits far back to that window. Then I've got to cut the shape, which is roughly here. I cut that all the way across there, and then it's going to go back in again around here. It's just going to be a faff, alright? It's going to be a faff. But I'm the patient one. And I've got a lot of faith in myself. Got a lot of faith in myself. Yeah, even if nobody else does. Right, so the worktop joins up there, fits around that, and it's pretty damn straight. Got to do the measuring for the cooker at this end next to make sure that the cooker fits, and then I've got to cut around the worktop. But again, it's coming in, back in again, because the lady needs some room at her desk here. So it's got to come back about 6 inches off here. So the worktop will come down and then go out to the cooker area, and then the sink will probably go around here, I think. So this is roughly, I think maybe a bit further back. This is roughly where the cooker is going to go. So as you can see, there's going to be quite a lot of it cut off. I might even follow the shape of the cooker a little bit. It'll come out and then get snipped off. So yeah, that's even. So if I tip this upside down, and put it there, you can see in a bit more detail roughly how it's going to go. Try and get as close to there as possible, so that we can save as much room as possible coming out of here. I'll just show you. Save as much room as possible. Then we come round with the wood to about there, and then slice it off 6 inches all the way down. That's the theory of it, but I think it's easily achievable. And then the sink is here, so I think that sink will probably go here-ish, so that it gives a bit of a workspace in between the cooker and the sink. And then the rest of this desk is workspace for art and things. So I'm in the process of penciling in some things. So this is a pencil line for how far back it's going to go. So this is going to be the desk space. It's going to be a corner. Just for the record, from where the wheel arch goes, that is where the cupboards are going to start this way. But under there, it's going to be space, so you can swing legs around whilst you're doing stuff. Anyway, this line is what we're cutting off. This line here is where the cooker is at the moment, where it's going to go. And then I'm just mapping out here how I'm going to trim this. So this part here downwards is going to be a cupboard door, so you can get to the gas bottle, etc, etc. And then I'm just going to trim that off, but I'm going to do some curves. Obviously they're not going to be sharp edges. And then I'm going to do a curve here and then a curve there, which I'm not 100% sure about yet. I'm trying to figure that one out. But that's pretty much where the line's going to go. all the way around. You see that? Yeah. So that's obviously drawn by hand. Not obviously, because how would you know whether it's drawn by hand or not? It's drawn by hand pretty much, and I've used this bowl to do the curves on these areas here. Just drawn around that. Top little tip there. They follow roughly. I need to have a straight line here so I can put the cupboard on. It's gonna look better. Right, I managed to cut this curve here, which I didn't plan on doing, but now I've done it. It just makes the desk part look a little bit better. And then the rest of it, only rough cut at the moment. But there we go, all the way around there, all the way around there, all the way around there. I did plan on curving that, but I'm not going to do that now because we can put a back on it and it'll be a bit more square, a bit better. So I'm going to go around this and sand it. And then yeah, hopefully it'll be. I'm going to cut that as well. Right, I'm not sanded yet, but test fit of cooker. So that's what the whole thing's going to look like. So I tried to explain to you how it comes round and then back in. Now the reason for that is that there's plenty of space to get in the van, and we need the cooker to be that cooker because that's what cooker the customer wanted, which is the most important thing. Because what the customer wants, they want to be satisfied. So that's the cooker they want, that's the position they want. The door doesn't open the entire way, the door only opens to here, so it gives a good splashback sort of wind-proof part. Then we go round, and then it needs to go in, so it's 18 inches across, so that there's plenty of workspace. So ignore this, because this is not going to be here, but this leaves plenty of room to walk through. I'm going to sneeze because I'm allergic to cats. Fuck off. Cats. Plenty of space to get through, and then when we come to the desk area where the customer will sit, it's got all this workspace. Obviously there's going to be a sink around here, but from there all the way around to there is going to be seat space and then workspace, which is going to be incredible. So I've done some finishing. What I've done here is put some glue down this seam and put some shavings in it. Then I'm going to sand it when it's dry, and hopefully it'll give a better join. This corner piece snapped off because it was quite thin. Glued that back in, and again put some shavings there. So when I sand that, hopefully it'll be all smooth. Sanded all this smooth and also put the little edge back on there. And then I've recut this a bit neater all the way around. I'm now working on, I've just popped this under to match that. This doesn't belong here, this is just for support for the minute. But now I'm going to put these supports in properly. So the kitchen area will start here, roughly. So then this is just desk and leg space. There can also be some other storage underneath for paint supplies or whatever, craft supplies and stuff. But basically there's going to be a cupboard door here. Like similar to that, but not like that. Fuck off, cats. Fuck off, cats. And then a cupboard door here to get to the gas locker, etc. So it's Friday. Finished. It's 5 PM. That's knock-off time on a Friday. Just want to show you progress so far. I think you'll be impressed. Okay, so obviously. It needs painting. I've just sanded this smooth now. That all meets up nicely on this corner as well. All sanded, and then the cooker is in place. The hob is in place, sorry. This is the beginnings of the first cupboard, which is going to be where the gas bottle goes, etc. Then I've got to figure out this little curve here, but I've just used some hot glue for the time being to put these in place, so I know where they're going and I can move them easily if need be. But it is going to be clad down and clad there. It's going to be a pain to do, and fiddly to do, but it's going to get done. And then this is where the second cupboard is going to go. It's going to be a big cupboard door, put food and stuff like that in. And then, as I've said before, this part here is entirely desk space. So before we built this extension to the cat array, this was going to be the desk space, but now it looks more like it's going to be a corner desk. Just move back a bit. More like it's going to be a corner desk, which is why the cupboard ends there. So before it may have had cupboards going further down, but now because we've changed it slightly, that's where the cupboards are. That's the cupboard space. But again, it's got huge amounts of cupboard space up there, and it's potentially going to have storage above the cab over there also. But for a Friday finish, I'm happy with the way it's gone. I'm glad that that's in. I'm glad that we've got this to a reasonable shape that the customer is happy with. And I'm glad that we've got this bit sat flush and looking like it's good. Again, when it's painted, it's almost going to look like one piece, which is the whole idea, going all the way around. I kind of wish that I'd done a curve here as well, but that was not planned, so I can't do anything about that. Maybe I can put a piece in there, maybe. We shall see. But that bit looks all right and look even better when it's painted. Again, cupboard doors. They're going to be a faff. This bit's going to be a faff, but the rest should be easy. That is it for today. I will see you soon. I hope you're enjoying this. If you are enjoying it, go subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Bye, Felicia.